Hey everyone, so it's Photoshop Friday again, doing a little bit different this week. So as you can see, I'm filming myself at the same time, so this will be added into the final product. And today what we're going to look at is, well, you can see from this shot, this is another shot that I've done with Camilla Rose. I loved working with her and the images were just fabulous. Now you can see that with this image the background is awfully kind of browny looking. It was shot on a white background, but we weren't adding any light to the background. We want to try and keep it, you know, it's kind of what we're going for on the day, but the background just doesn't look great. There's nothing wrong with the photo as it is, but what I thought I'd do is show you some ways of changing that about. Changing colour and changing the lightness, bringing it into either a black background, a white background. So a few different things that we're going to do in this one video today. So the first thing I'm going to do is make a duplication of it, and then from here we will start to mess around with it. So the first thing we want to do is select the background area. There's various ways that you can do this. You can use the quick selection brush, which we'll do just now. But I find sometimes it will start selecting areas that you don't want it to select, and then you end up having to back out, and for me it's a pain. So we'll Alt and D that to get rid of that. So the way that I select the background is I go into Select and Color Range, click on the one part of the image that you're looking to select, and hit the plus button, and all I'm going to do is click and drag up round the area that I'm wanting. Now we can see from the image that part of the model has been selected. Now you can turn the fuzziness down to remove some of that. Let's just, you can click on the white image as well if you're wanting to. It's not going to get rid of that bit for me. Ah, there we go. So I've now selected the background of the image, but it has selected part of the model. So we're going to click OK anyway, and that will then bring up all those lovely wiggly line things that show that you've selected an area. Now there's some parts of the background that aren't selected, and there's parts of the model that are selected. So the first thing that we're going to do then is go into our layer mask, or quick mask mode should I say, sorry. And the first thing that I'm going to do is with my brush, is it selected? Yeah. So I've got it selected already so I can remove the redness. So the first thing I'm going to do is paint over the model as much as possible to get rid of the areas that have been selected on her. Now probably some people say, well, quick selection is just as quick. Probably is, but this just gives me a little bit more control over the areas that are being used. And it's really what you find to be quick for yourself. You know, what's going to be the best thing for one person is going to be the best thing for the next. So find your own workflow. You know, trust your workflow. And then let me just shrink that down because I think her hand, that's right, is got a little bit of variance. And all you need to do is switch your mask off and look for where the fuzzy lines are, and that'll tell you, you know, if you're missing any bits, which I am. So we'll make this bit bigger and we'll just paint over there, switch it back off again. That looks alright. I'm going to add this bit back in around the hair here because I would rather be removing bits going forwards than adding them in. Right, so this is very rough. Obviously the hair's not perfect, but we'll, you know what I mean by hair, not that her hair's perfect, but it's trying to select round hair is never ideal. But we've done that, so this is just a quick tutorial on how to do it. So the next thing that we want to do is bring up our hue and saturation. And this is where we get to play around with it. So the first thing that I'm going to show you is creating a white background from this. So the first thing that we're going to do is take the saturation right down to -100%. Straight away you can see that we're starting to get into the greys and blacks of the image. A little bit of improvement. Next thing is to adjust the lightness, so we can take the lightness darker, giving it a darker background, or we can take it lighter and move it into a white background. So that's for doing that side of things. And also you just clean up the image a bit, adding out any little bits that you've missed, and that's that. But let's take it back to 0 and everything, and we'll look at adding colours. Now this won't work if you've had a pure white background, so this is where it comes in handy to have left no light on your background whatsoever and letting it kind of just flow naturally in when you're taking your image. And all we're going to do is adjust the hue. So let's take the hue to the minus levels. We're starting to get into a bit of reddy pink, getting into purple and touches of blue. Take it the other way and we will start to get yellowy greens, darker greens, and get into like a turquoisey kind of blue. So I think what I'm going to do for this image is I'm going to go with a purple. Just like that. And then again you can mess around with the saturation if you want to saturate it up a little bit, if you want to make it a bit darker, do you want to make it a little bit lighter. But it lets you adjust the colour tone of your background without actually removing the background, so it still looks natural from the shot that you've taken. And that's quick and easy. I mean, well, I say quick. The selection part of the process is going to be the longest part, but the actual changing of the colour and all the rest of it, it works the same way as colour selection. So if you want to change somebody's top to a different colour, it will work the same way. I may do that in another video just to show you, but it's exactly the same. You select that colour area using the same method I've used today and just change the hue, saturation, lightness, and you can do weird and wonderful things with your backgrounds if you want to do something a little bit different. Enjoy and have fun with it, and I'll catch you on the next video.